At this point, I feel like Brent's like the Gunna effect for me. I mean, I really can't. If I say anything good about Brent, everybody always say I'm glazing. You know, I'm biased. I think at this point, I would agree. I'm kind of biased, man. I fuck with Brent's music. I mean, again, music is subjective. You know, you don't have to like it, and I get that. But for me though, man, I feel like he just, um, I just what he speaks, man. His voice is a nostalgic feeling for me. You know, like I feel like it just brings me back to my childhood. You know, and even then now, you know, my pop still listens to this kind of music. Man, honestly, my pops probably love listening to Brent Faiyaz. You know all the OG black dads. They heavy into the R&B shit. That's where Unk come from. Usually the term Unk, motherfucker got smoking a cigarette, or you got a black and mild. Motherfucker know how to fix an alternator or a carburetor. Motherfucker, listen to old R&B shit, and they a smooth ass nigga. That's what an Unk usually is. And so it's just crazy, man. Like listening to this, man, just gives me a very nostalgic feeling, and I think that, Brent working with Timberland obviously is another Sonder. This is the closest thing we're gonna get to a Sonder project. I'm happy because we have not got one of those in a while, and I think we definitely do deserve that as Brent fans. And I'm just glad that Brent, tried some different shit. Now, there was a couple. The only bad thing I would say about this album is the fact that there's some rappers that I would not have put on here. I'm not gonna name any names, but there were some rappers that I would have just kind of left off on the features. But other than that, I think that it was an amazing project, especially from Brent, man. The vocality and the melodic shit is just effortless from him, and I just think that he just figured the game out, man. He knows what to do, and he's just amazing at what he does, man. Like the man is talented beyond words, man. Like the man can just sing his ass off. And again, I always say he grew up in the wrong era. Like he is definitely in the wrong era. It sounds like he belongs in that early 2000s vibe. And yeah, it's just crazy, man. So I enjoyed it, man. I essentially put every track on this album, on my playlist except 2 tracks, but I just added it just for the flow of the album. I'm gonna listen to it from start to finish, as always. I mean, every Brent track, I have not disliked a Brent track. Even the track with Marshmello, I thought I was gonna dislike that, and that shit is still catchy. But another thing I would say that I'm mad about this album is this part right here. The fact that this has it's probably never gonna be a track, and it's kind of sad because Brent has done this many times, and it probably isn't going to be a track, and it's just a little teaser. But that's probably the only other bad thing I have to say about that. So again, man, I'm glad that we got this from Brent. A lot of people are gonna hate it on us immediately. Give it some time for them. They'll see it what it is, and yeah. But this is just, man, I love the fact that Timberland hopped on this too. That's the crazy part. Like getting a legendary producer like Timberland. Again, Timberland don't work with you. You work with Timberland. That's how legendary he is. And for his sound to still, obviously, you hear a lot of his sounds from the 2000s and shit, and even now in what he did in the early 2010s. Timberland is one of the greatest producers of all time. And so for him to recognize who Brent Faiyaz is, again, as a Brent Faiyaz fan, it is amazing to still see him climb to the top. Bittersweet though, because it's always you always want to gatekeep your artist, but you want to kind of keep that on the low. You got a gem in your pocket. But I'm just glad that one of my favorite artists is doing his thing. Between Donnie, Brent Faiyaz, Gunna, I'm glad that all my artists that I enjoy are doing the damn thing. Like it's just amazing. I'm glad I get to listen to music from them. So yeah, he needs a full album with Timbo like Justin did for sure. I would love to see that. I would love to see Brent work with a producer like Timberland on a whole full-fledged project, just because I feel like his sound is just catered to that. Like when I mentioned it, I was like, man, it's the perfect fit for Gunna. It's the perfect. I mean, for Gunna. Did I say Gunna? It's the perfect fit for Brent. The man is just made for that sound, and if we hear if I could get a throwback 2000s album from this nigga Brent as close as we did to this, man, I'll tell you right now, I'd be jamming that shit daily. I listen to Brent every day, bro. Like every day, no lie. And I'm just happy, man. This is not better than Wasteland in my opinion, but this is really good for a surprise drop. Again. And so do we count this as an album? Like we don't even know what this is. Like is it an album? Is it a mixtape? Again, I'm gonna set the rule. If he dropped it on Spotify and Apple Music, it is a album. So I'm gonna count it as a surprise album, and I think it's just cool. I like that it was just a surprise drop, no rollout. That's it. We just were dropping an album. Here we go. Here's some good music for y'all, some good tunes, and that's it. It feels more like a mixtape, yeah. So that's how I feel, man. Get a comment below. What you think? Don't forget follow me on social here. Full video is on Patreon. I think I'm gonna actually edit this one and put it on YouTube. But full video is on Patreon if you guys want to watch the full video. And until next time, this boy Dev. Don't forget like, comment, all that good stuff. Bye, YouTube, Twitch gang, stay here, and we're out. Peace.
I know that's so good.